Your mind is not a playground, it's a battlefield. And if you don't control it, someone else will. The algorithm, the media, your fears, your past. If you don't take the reins, they'll ride your thoughts straight off a cliff. Most men are prisoners in their own heads, not because they're weak, but because they've never been taught to fight back. You're not born with discipline, you forge it. Thought by thought, decision by decision, and every single day, you either feed the mind that builds or the mind that destroys. Think about it. How many of your days are wasted not because your body failed, but because your thoughts did? You woke up with energy, but by noon, doubt took over. Fear whispered lies. Comfort called your name, and you listened not because it was truth, but because it was familiar. You were never taught to challenge it, but today, that ends. Today, you stop letting your mind boss you around like a child throwing tantrums. You stop obeying every lazy impulse, every soft excuse, every fake feeling that tells you to sit down and settle. Your mind is not your enemy, but it will become one if you don't train it. And make no mistake, someone out there wants to train it for you. Every scroll, every ad, every headline is shaping how you think unless you decide otherwise. If you don't program your mind, the world will do it for you. And the program they're selling? Weakness, dependency, chaos. But you weren't made for that. You were made to be a man who leads himself first, because when you own your mind, you own your direction. You stop chasing attention and start chasing mastery. You stop reacting to emotions and start responding with principle. And that's when everything changes. That's when you stop living like a puppet and start moving like a force. It starts small. When you wake up and your bed feels like a trap, get up anyway. When the voices say rest, train anyway. When your fear says, play it safe, build anyway. You aren't supposed to feel ready. You're supposed to move regardless. Because real freedom isn't doing whatever you feel like. It's having the strength to do what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it. So type grinned in the comments if you're done being a slave to your moods. If you're ready to take your thoughts back from every distraction trying to steal them. If you're ready to live with intentional thought, not emotional chaos. Most men will never know what it means to conquer themselves. They'll blame their life on everything except the man in the mirror. But not you. You're still here, still listening. And that means you're different. That means you're dangerous. And all it takes to stay that way is this: control the mind. Because when you do, you control the actions. And when you control your actions, you control the outcome. You become the architect of your reality, not a victim of your feelings. The world doesn't need more men who react. It needs more men who rule themselves, who sit in silence and think strategically, who move with clarity, not confusion. And that kind of man, he's built in the dark, through breath control, through deep focus, through saying no to the noise, and yes to stillness. So, stop looking around. Stop blaming circumstances. Start mastering the only territory you truly own: your mind. And I promise, when that's in order, the rest follows. If you're serious about building something real, something no one can take from you, type build in the comments right now. And if you're ready to keep walking the real path, the hard one, the good one, make sure you subscribe.